father is a legend here.
Yes,
What's
sir.
it like coming here and playing for the same school that your dad was, best ever at?
Tell you the truth, I honestly, if you would have told me this about 4 years ago, I would have never thought I would be here right now. But I put in the work, and with the help of my father and some other people, we got to this stage and level, and I'm just real blessed to be here right now.
Wouldn't be here because of Oregon State specifically, or wouldn't be here in the Pac-12 in general, playing basketball in the Pac-12?
In the Pac-12 in general, coming out of high school, I wasn't really recruited very highly, and my game wasn't at the point it needed to be, but that's why I took the JUCO route and to get everything situated. So I just put in the work through the past 3 years, and we're here now.
Yeah. What is your game like? What kind of game do you have?
I have more like a facilitator type of game. I make people around me better, and I really kind of control the pace of the game at certain times and stay cool, calm, and collected all the time. So it's real like a facilitator, and I make everybody around me better.
Growing up as Gary Payton's son, playing basketball, what was that like? Obviously, there's got to be pressure and huge expectations for you, even when you're tiny, when you first start playing, just because of who your dad is.
Yeah, there was pressure when I was young. Everybody asked me if I'm going to follow in his footsteps, be as great as him. But I still kind of took my own route. I kind of got out of basketball when I was young and played different sports, see how it was going. Eventually, as I grew up, I knew that I've been around basketball so much that's really what I understood and what I knew how to do. So through high school, I just played basketball and just started taking it serious, and it turned out pretty good.
Did you always love the game? I feel like a lot of times kids who are sons or daughters of a player who was really great at a certain sport maybe get so pushed into that sport at a young age that they end up not liking it very much. Do you have a love of the game?
Yeah, I genuinely have a love of the game. When I was young, I did get kind of pushed away from it. But as I got older, I realized and understood that I just love the game. I can watch it, and then I have a great teacher right next to me to help me through anything. So I really took advantage of that.
Now that you're here this season, no expectations for this team. Picked last in the Pac-12. What do the guys on the team think about that? Are you guys taking motivation from that?
Yeah, that's nothing but motivation to us. To get better, to get wiser. Nobody is expecting us to do well, so that means we just come out, play our game, just take that as motivation and just to get better.
You were committed here under Craig Robinson and stayed through the coaching change. Why?
After the Craig Robinson, it was I waited to see who they were hiring. Once they hired Coach Tinkle, I touched bases with him just to see where he was at and where he wanted to do, what his plans were. After talking to him, he still convinced me, stay, let's rebuild and get this program back to where it was.
What kind of coach is he, Wayne Tinkle?
Coach, he's on and off the court. Coach is great. He's a family guy, so he really takes that to heart, and he doesn't like anybody cutting corners. He's straight up. He'll let you know if something's wrong, do it right, and off the court, he's great. He's involved with every other sport. He really wants to be a part of this Beaver Nation, be a family, and get them to where they were.
Chai had a scary situation, obviously. Were you there when that happened? What was that like, being there in the gym when that happened?
It was crazy, but during something like that, you can't panic or anything like that. Stay cool. I was with him. We was just trying to make sure he was okay. And it was crazy, but my guy's here, and that's all that matters.
It seems, you guys obviously haven't known each other very long, but it seems like you guys are tight. How did that happen?
Actually, when I first got down here, I had to stay with him in the dorms because my housing wasn't ready yet. So during that time, me and him, just chopped it up, see what we needed to do during the season to get right. And I see him as a little brother. That's my dude. I take care of him. He takes care of me. I have his back. He has mine.
I imagine you guys are looking forward to, or hoping at least, that he can come back. I mean, how much is that weighing on you and him and over the team in general? Just trying to hear what his status is going to be.
Oh, what I'm hearing, it looks like he's coming back on the 5th. That's what I hear from him. That's what he tell me.
Okay.
So hopefully that's where I'm setting it. So November 5th he's back, and hopefully on the 7th he can be in that lineup with us.
I know the focus is on this year, but there's no seniors on this team, so everyone's going to be back next year. I know, again, you guys can't talk about the recruiting class that's coming in next year, but we know who's committed, very talented, top 15, top 20 class. Are you guys, one, how much is this viewed as kind of like a long-term 2-year thing? Mm-hmm. And two, for the players who are here, knowing who's being brought in, is their motivation this year to kind of play for your spot for next year?
No, we just most likely want to play for. We know this year is going to be a rebuilding, and we're going to have some up and downs in this year, but we want to make this year as a learning year and have that carry on to next year. And everybody, we know we got the young guys coming in, so we just want to be able to teach them our ways so we can be real solid early next year.